Okay, everyone, so it's Mr. O'Sullivan here. Just wanted to wish you a happy Monday. Based off previous messages, concerns, your quiz is now not going to be today, it will be tomorrow. And it's going to cover everything from lessons 12-1, to now 12-4. So here's going to be the layout. It's going to be one equation of a perpendicular bisector, one midpoint, one slope, one directed line segment, and then I believe that's it. So it's only gonna be like a 5 or 6 question quiz. Nothing to stress about. I would rewatch the videos, go through the note sheets, go through the independent practices, make sure you know how to do those questions. It's gonna be on Delta Math again, and that's about it. But one of the things that I noticed was that we know the procedure for how to do almost everything, but we're forgetting how to do some of these fundamental skills, which are midpoint and slope. So I was talking to Miss Kimmick, and Miss Kimmick and I were thinking, like, let's just do an extra day of just midpoint and slope practice, since we haven't done a lot of that those types of things since the beginning of the year. So midpoint. It is the point halfway between two given points. The formula is x1 plus x2 over 2, y1 plus y2 over 2. A student messaged me over on, I think, Thursday or Friday saying, Mister, I got this question wrong. And I looked at their answer. Their answer was completely right, but it was wrong. Here's why it was wrong. You need to put parentheses around your midpoint. It's a point. If you don't put parentheses around your point, it is wrong. So on Delta, you need to write out your final answer as x comma y, whatever your number is. Whatever your x coordinate goes here, whatever your y coordinate goes there. You add your x's divided by 2, add your y's divided by 2. So for this example, we want to find the midpoint of line segment AB. The coordinates of A are 6, 4, and the coordinates of B are 10, 10. We know our formula is x1 plus x2 over 2, y1 plus y2 over 2. Just add your x's divided by 2 and add your y's divided by 2. So our midpoint formula is going to be, I'm going to zoom in so it'll look nicer, x1 plus x2 over 2, y1 plus y2 over 2. Our x coordinates are 6 and 10, so we're going to do 6 plus 10. And divide by 2. And then I'm going to do 4 plus 10 divided by 2, because those are my y coordinates. 6 plus 10 is 16, divided by 2 is 8. 4 plus 10 is 14, divided by 2 is 7. Your midpoint is 8, 7. Right there. Now we're going to find the slope of a different line segment. By definition, slope is a number which is used to indicate the steepness of a line, as well as indicating whether the line is tilted uphill or downhill. Slope is indicated by a lowercase m. There was actually a huge debate on Twitter this weekend, if you're interested, on why we use the letter m to represent slope. So, if you want to know, email me. So the slope formula is y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1. We also can say that it's delta y over delta x. That triangle is not a triangle, it's the delta symbol. It's a Greek letter, and it's in the Greek alphabet. It actually basically tells us that order doesn't matter as long as we travel both ways. I'm going to show you the y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1 way, and then I'll have written in the y1 minus y2 over x1 minus x2 way to show you I get the exact same answer. I'm not going to model it, I'm just going to have it written in, that way you can look at it. So the slope of a line connecting the points negative 3, 3 and negative 21, 18, write your answer in simplest form. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to write our slope formula, because you need to write the formula every single time. So y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1. Our second y coordinate's an 18, and our first 18 minus 3 over x2, which is a negative 21, minus a negative 3. So the reason why I chose this example is because a lot of you are saying like, oh, mister, I know how to find the slope when it's all positive. Guess what? We typically don't only have positive numbers. And I know who's going to mention that when they do their daily noticing. So we're going to write down negative 21 minus a negative 3. Now, one student who I was helping last week was like, why are you putting it in a parenthesis? Well, the reason why we put it in a parenthesis is because it's a trick. It's called, every time you substitute a negative number, wrap it in parentheses, practice safe math. So basically by wrapping a number with parentheses, you're basically like doing safe math right there. So 18 minus 3 is 15. Negative 21 minus a negative 3, you should be able to do that in your head, is negative 18, because you're traveling closer to the positive numbers. I can reduce that. I can divide this by a 3 and divide this by a 3. So I get 5 over 6. So my slope is negative 5 over 6. I'm now going to have the other way just written in. That way you can observe it. That way you can see that I get the exact same answer. So this is your example where I just use delta y, delta x, where I don't subtract my y coordinate, y1. I'm actually subtracting y2, and then I'm subtracting x2. This isn't your perpendicular slope. This is just your regular slope. If I wanted to find my perpendicular slope would start out as negative 5 over 6. I would flip it to 6 over 5, and then I would say the opposite of negative is a positive. This would mean my perpendicular slope is 6 over 5. So this is just your regular slope right now we're looking at. We're not looking at perpendicular slope today. On your quiz, though, there will be perpendicular slope. Make sure you write down your daily noticing and your daily question. There's a delta math for you to practice. If you have any questions, email me, write on Google Classroom, email myself or Ms. Kimmick. Have a great day, ladies.